Well, with Pokemon Crystal finally done, it's time to do yet another poll video. And instead of talking about handheld games and whatnot, I figured we'd do PS2 vote again. Though I'm not sure if all these games will work with my Hop Hog. And if they don't, well, I'll just go to the next most popular title and apologize for it if that's what happens. It's usually only an issue with the 2D sprite imaging games and stuff, so hopefully it'll be alright with most of these games I offer up. I'll once again put the .hack series, all 7 games, up on the table to be voted for. Yes, I realize that this series has never gotten a single vote so far, but for the most part, my poll videos don't get a lot of votes, so it's not surprising that they wouldn't have been voted for the 2 times they've been on previously. And one of my coworkers did admit that if he had known about the poll video, he would have voted for these games, just because he'd like to see someone cover them. Albeit, he's been bugging me about how we should do a crappy fan game for Outlaw Star and have me voice Aisha Clan. Like, that's just too ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'll also offer up Artlinko 1 and 2, but these are the games I most question if they'll work, considering Nippon Ichi Software usually uses 2D sprite imaging in most of their games from my experience, so I don't know if they'll be compatible with my Hop Hog. And I don't think my computer has the capabilities to run a PS2 emulator so I could play them on my computer if I had to. At least not without serious frame rate issues. So this would be a series to be maybe cautious to vote for. I'm not sure. I'll try and test it out later tonight, but I still have other things to do, so after this, so I won't be able to tell you until later, after this video is up. I'll also offer up Arced the Lad, End of Darkness. Not Twilight of the Spirits, because I've been trying to work on that one on the side, because I want to do some serious stat breaking with the early arena fights, but it's been hard. I've been hard pressed to find a lot of time, especially since I had to spend so many hours this weekend by Sunday night and to this morning and most of the afternoon already, trying to grind for Pokemon Emerald to prepare for the battle with Watson. So it sort of ate up most of our time I would have had for Arced the Lad today, which was pretty frustrating. End of Darkness isn't super hard, but it's not a tactical game. It's more of a action game. I don't even know if I can call it an action RPG, really, considering I don't remember there being much of experience points and stuff in it. And instead, you usually buy your items or spell cards that up your stats and stuff. If you have the right stuff, though, it's pretty easy. Nope, don't like any of those. Nah, I don't like any of those options either. Nah, skip that. I don't even know what Dawn of Mana really is about. Yes. I'll offer up the Devil Summoner games. Yes, I have both 1 and 2, and yeah, I know it's hard to see the disc with its blood red coloring and stuff. I actually got these for relatively cheap from GameStop, but I've only ever finished the first one, not the second one, which is considered by many to be far superior, ironically enough. I'll also put Digimon World Data Squad back up on the voting block. I don't know if anyone will vote for it again, but I'll put it out there. This game, ironically enough, is about taking on the 7 Deadly Sin Digimon, so it's basically a completely different story from Digimon Data Squad if you've ever watched that series. Basically, it's an alternate universe story, or another version of what could have happened if the series had went a different direction. I can't do Disgaea. I've already tried that, and it don't work with the Hop Hog, so I know that for a fact. I don't feel like offering up a tactical game right now, so skip that. I guess I'll be a glutton for punishment and offer up Final Fantasy X 10-2. But my feelings and experiences with Final Fantasy have largely been based off of 12, which I also have. Let me slide out real quick. Which apparently came from a family video rental store and got sold to the GameStop I bought from. So my experience with Final Fantasy so far has been 12 and 13. I really hated both for the most part. 12 had too much boring political talk, in my opinion, so I really don't want to ever play this one again. And 13's combat system was too hands-off, in my opinion, to really be very effective. Though it probably didn't help the way I beat Final Fantasy 12. I probably still have that save file floating around, so I wouldn't have that difficult a time beating it again, but I don't want to. Basically, I have a save file where I'm basically sitting at max level before you get all the characters recruited. So I could go through the entire game basically at the highest level possible, but I have to explain how to do it before I even could skip over to me being that strong. It's a pretty annoying process, actually. If I had done it more efficiently, I could have done about 60 hours, but it took me about 100 because I was doing it not as efficiently as possible. I'll also offer up Genji, Dawn of the Samurai. And yeah, I did do a review for this one way back when, but I never did a Let's Play for it, so I'll offer up a chance to play a hack and slash action RPG, because you actually can level up in this game and get statistically more powerful to make fights easier. Albeit the final boss battle is a bit of a pain in my butt. I'd probably only play it on normal, because I'm not the most skilled of action players. Kind of to torture myself somewhat, maybe I'll offer up Grandia 2, 3, and Extreme. I have all 3 of those games. I also have Grandia on the download from the PSN network, but I don't know if that would be a good enough justification for me to download a ROM copy of it and then play it off on my computer, so I'll skip over to 2, 3, and Extreme. Though my experience with Extreme is that's probably not the greatest of RPGs, but it's definitely not going to be a classic. I've heard relatively decent things about 2 and 3, though, so I'll put those out there. And for something that's a bit more of a tactical RPG, assuming it will work, considering this is a CD-based game, I'll offer up Grandlancer 2 and 3 by Working Designs. Or I should say localized by Working Designs. In fact, this was the last game Working Design actually brought over, Grandlancer Generations. I'd have to test to see if they work with the Hot Pog, but I'll put them out there and double check it later. Skip over Harry Potter. Unless it's the Game Boy Color games, they're not RPGs, they're action games, and I really don't want to play them. Especially since the first one requires you to basically use some sort of like cheat to get max completion on it. I guess I can throw it out there. I guess I'll put Inuyasha up to a vote again. I think I offered this one up last time when I was doing licensed RPGs as an offering, right? I can't remember right now. But yeah, I'll put this up here, the actual PS2 game. Is there anything left in these last couple ones? No. Unfortunately, I got 2 more binders of PS2 games. They're huge. Come on, come up. Unfortunately, they don't have grab handles on them. Guess I can put Kingdom Hearts out there. I've never played any of these games, actually. I own Kingdom Hearts 1, Rechain of Memories, and 2, and I bought the PS3 re-release of these games. I've never played any of them. And I've been told by one of my coworkers you should definitely play them, and I've never done it. Obviously Tactics won't work, because I've messed with that one before, sadly. And that's a tactical RPG, so I probably wouldn't want to do it anyway, right? I guess I'll offer up one action-style game, though. I remember getting a bit frustrated with some stations to offer up the Legend of Spyro games from the PS2. All 3 of them. I do sort of have a soft spot for Cinder, though I don't know if other people really liked her that much. Nah. I guess I can also put up Lord of the Rings: The Third Age out there. Because this is a completely different kind of animal from the Game Boy Advance game I played way back when. I only covered the good campaign for that. Someone told me I should go back and replay the evil campaign, but I'm not really all that interested in doing it because I don't want to be the bad guy. I usually don't like playing villains, so I usually won't. And I guess this will be straight up action game, albeit Malice is well known for being more of a broken mess of a game than anything. It really didn't turn out the way anyone would have liked, and quite frankly, it's not surprising because if you look at its development history, it spent quite a bit of time in limbo, and it's a surprise that this game even got released basically at this point. Or even still at this point, it's a surprise this ever saw the light of day. I guess I can offer those up, though. I probably need a walkthrough for them. Monokaiba 1 and 2, I'll put those out there also. But yeah, I'm probably going to need a walkthrough for these. Not to beat the bosses and stuff in the game, but to get the true ending in the game, you have to go around witnessing a bunch of side events with the various characters, and if you miss any of them, the true ending is impossible for you to get, which is sort of annoying because the true ending is important to the story of this game, considering there's characters that return in it that would have been, one of them would have been dead otherwise. So yeah, playing Monokaiba means I'm probably gonna have to go to a walkthrough just to make sure I don't screw up getting the true ending, which will be a bit annoying, I imagine, because I really don't want to do that. Oh, nice. My screen went black despite me using this. Cute. No, I'm not good at Mega Man games. Oh, wait. I guess I can put up Command Mission, the Mega Man RPG that Goombasa didn't like, because he did a review for it for a while ago, a long time ago actually, because that was years ago. And basically spent most of his time just riffing on the game and how cliche it was in a lot of places. And annoying, but yeah. Metal Saga? Nah. It's probably one of the most open-ended RPGs I've ever heard about. I've been told you can basically get completion of the game in like 5 minutes because you can choose not to go out and adventure, and therefore the game just like gives you an ending because it's like it's over because you chose not to do anything. And if you go out to explore, there's all kinds of things you can basically keep finding because there's so much stuff you can do. No, I'm not a big fan of Monster Rancher, to be honest. So no. Nope. Yes. This is another one I question if it would work, but I guess I can put up there. The Tim Burton style RPG. Yes, a game about finding your shadow, and about the Shadow King himself, who turns the hero's shadow pink. I have to admit, it's not the hardest game, but I have a soft spot for it, though I didn't think it was all that difficult to figure out what the story was about. Phantom Brave I know won't work. To be honest, I never got very far with this one, but I guess I can throw it out there. Those that are fans of pirates, The Legend of the Black Cat. And no, I have no idea what the initials are for. They're obviously for the person that previously owned it, but who that was, I can't tell you. No, Red Ninja is terrible. River King is just the weirdest RPG ever. Rogue Galaxy is longer than I want to spend on this. Which is odd, considering I put up a game series that take forever, but that's a different kind of animal I'm talking about. Samurai Western's too weird. Shell Hearts would require a walkthrough. I know it would. I guess I can offer up a really average game. Shining Force EXA. Honestly, I'm not sure what EXA is supposed to stand for. Or is it just supposed to be pronounced EXA? And what does that even mean? It's a rather average game, all things told. I haven't messed with the other Shining games on the PS2 that much. Neo, I didn't try. Shining Tears has such long loading times; it would drive me nuts to play it. To be honest, so forget it. Shining Tears is definitely not going to be offered up until I run out of other things to play, basically. Nah. When I last tried playing Star Ocean, it really annoyed the crap out of me. And these aren't the Star Wars RPGs. I guess you could argue Revenge of the Sith somewhat an RPG because you get points you can spend on skills by completing the various stages, but I don't really like it. And despite my complaints earlier about tactical RPGs, I guess I'll throw Stella Dias up there. Yeah, I know, I'm putting up way more options than I'm probably going to get votes at this point. And I'm not entirely remember what the story for Stella Dias was, because I never got very far in it. I do know that it had a somewhat rather standard combat system. Only you'd have action points to determine how many actions you could make in a turn. So if you didn't have to move very far, you could land multiple attacks, I believe. But it's been a long time. One more to flip through. Yeah, it won't surprise me if I do this one person asked me to do a PS2 video game collection review list, and I'd probably end up going the cheap route because there's just so many games in here. To be honest, the only Suikoden game I've ever played all the way through was 5. I tried Tactics for a bit, but I didn't like it that much. And when I tried playing 3, I got annoyed because I got lost in the early beginning of the part of the game and never wanted to pick it up again. Though I suppose that's not a reason not to drive myself potentially crazy, because I'll just have to go to a walkthrough maybe, because I'd probably need one just to find all the 108 stars of Destiny to get the good ending, because I know that's an important part of these games, so I'll offer up 3, 4, and 5, but realize I will need a recruitment guide to get through these games. At least the way I'd like to. And the only one, I'm not sure which order I'd start with them. I might go to the one I've actually beaten before and start with 5, then work my way backwards to 3, which would probably be a weird way to go, but at least it'd mean I'd start with the one I'm familiar with. Forget Summoner. I wasn't very fond of it when I last tried it. Oh, I guess I can do both of those. I'll offer up Tales of Legendia and of the Abyss, because I actually own both. And quite frankly, I've only played through this one before. So I'd probably start with this one, then move over to Tales of the Abyss. Even if Tales of the Abyss was released first, I'm not sure. It's sometimes better, in my opinion, to start with what you know, and then can work your way through. No, I don't like any of those either. Probably never play that. That would require me looking at hours of walkthroughs before I even got to playing it. Suppose I could throw those out there. I'll offer up the Wild Arms games on the PS2 I haven't covered yet, which would be Alter Code F, which is a remake of the first game, I believe. Wild Arms 3 and 4, because I have all of the PS2 games for Wild Arms. That way I can cover all the ones I haven't done yet if people actually want to see me go through those, but those would probably take a lot of time too, at least based on my experiences with 5. Because 5 was a really long game. And I'll throw Xenosaga out there again, which I imagine would also take a long time, considering it's 3 games over 5 discs. So yeah, this would probably take a while to get through. And I'd probably need a walkthrough for 2 just to complete all the side quests. Because there's a certain side quest that you basically can only beat if effectively if you steal a certain item that constantly appears on a certain boss. So I'd want to use a walkthrough to make sure I complete all the side missions, even though I'm not sure how helpful those would be for the 3rd game. I know I never found all the doors in the 1st game, but I don't know how much that really mattered either, so I may or may not do that. Anything else? Nope. Well, there's your options, and yeah, I'm sorry for this being a longer video. I'm going to have to re-listen through it myself just so I can list off what all I offered, which will be a bit of a pain for myself as well, won't it? Oh well. I guess we'll see where the chips fall, right?